Today we launched at Whispering Oaks, which is a resort on Malcolm Creek. It's about 6.5 miles south of the dam. It's a fisherman-friendly place. You've got boat slips with electricity, playground for the kids. I have a lot of my clients stay here and they really like it. One of the things that I like about launching over here at Whispering Oaks is that the owner, Bob Williams, he helps me back my boat in. He's always very helpful.
As usual, like any weekend angler, you wait all year, you save up your money, you come to a resort, and what's going to happen? You got flood conditions, you got current conditions, you got cold weather, you got all these different things, and we were no different. And today we were fortunate. Randy had us on some fish, using that current, using kind of the elements of perfect storm to kind of help us.
Eric, we got a lot of current today, and these fish have been stacking up on these underwater bars out here. And what we're going to do is go up here and maybe scan a little bit and see if we can find where they're holding at, and we'll have to use something like a steel shad to be able to get it down there and keep it in the strike zone. You know, last night when Eric and I talked about what we were going to face this morning, we came to the conclusion that it was a perfect storm of events. You know, we've had an extremely cool spring. The water temperature's about 5 degrees below normal. The water level is up around 4 feet. We got a lot of color in the water. It was 40 degrees yesterday morning. You know, we really were concerned about the condition. Let's see what we got here. A lot of high water. The water's got a little color to it today too.
Is that due to all the current, you think?
Yeah, a lot of, well, they're drawing it down. You know, we've had 4 extra feet in here, and we're trying to get it down to summer pool, and TVA's doing the best they can, but the amount of water's been coming in, it's just been almost impossible. Here we're picking up a few fish right here. Those are largemouth bass. Okay, so here we go. This is what we're looking for right here, Eric. Those fish are probably what they are females that have spawned that are now making their way out to the ledge. And there's so much current in here. This is kind of where they're staying. You know, they're wore out from spawning and all that. So I'm gonna just kind of drop that out there as a marker. But I'm going to idle up here just a little bit farther.
You can see a lot more coming on the screen there.
Yeah. This is where we want to be on a day like today. You know, this has been kind of a perfect storm this spring, you know. Wow, look at that.
Well, we had 40-degree temperature 2 nights ago. The water's 5 degrees below normal and maybe 10 to 12 degrees below than what it was a year ago.
Yeah.
Lots of fish. Look at that. Lots and lots of fish on
here. It's loaded here. This is what we want, okay? This is what we want. Wow. That's about right. Some of these are white bass too.
Sure.
These are white bass. These are largemouth down here on the bottom. Okay, I think we're going to drop the trolling motor right here. We're good. I'm going to kind of use that tree as a reference right here. I think let's go fishing, buddy. What do you think?
I'm with you. I'm ready to go.
Welcome to Whispering Oaks. It's the perfect destination for a romantic getaway or a family or fishing adventure. Children can enjoy swimming and playing on our sandy beach or have fun at our playground, while parents can enjoy the gentle breezes at our lakeside pavilion. Go fishing from our dock or take advantage of our boat rentals. We sell fishing license and we have bait on site. Come and treat yourself or your whole family to a relaxing getaway at Whispering Oaks. 11 acres of peace and quiet.
RE/MAX Real Estate Associates is a full-service real estate brokerage serving the Kentucky Lake area and all of western Kentucky. We have 16 agents with over 200 years of combined real estate experience to help you find your Kentucky Lake dream home. We also offer commercial, farm, and property management real estate brokerage. So stop by and see us at 803 Main Street in Benton or give us a call at 270-527-8035.
Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Spring Lodge is located on beautiful Kentucky Lake. Built in 1954 as a fisherman's camp, there's every pleasure for the fishermen here. We have motel rooms, campgrounds, cottages, a dock, and a wonderful restaurant that serves breakfast and lunch from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day but Tuesday. Come visit. You can call us at 1-800-732-0088 and make your reservations today. Bee Spring Lodge, the friendliest resort on Kentucky Lake.
Save some cash on our new Polaris from Polaris of Benton with the best deals possible on the #1 ATVs and side-by-sides in the industry. I'm Melissa with Polaris of Benton, and we would like the opportunity to earn your business right here in Benton, Kentucky. We have a huge inventory on hand, so whether you want to work hard or play hard, we are sure to have the Polaris for you, and we even install your accessories for free. Whether it's sales, service, parts, or accessories, we have what you need right here in Benton, Kentucky at Polaris of Benton. Come check us out.
Yeah, I think so. We'll try and I think what we'll try and do is see if we can catch some aggressive fish, and then we probably will drift back through here with some shaky heads and try and catch something. My Ranger's equipped with two Lowrance touchscreen 12s, and we immediately idled over a sandbar, and we found fish all over it, and that structure scan absolutely pointed them out just right. We knew exactly where to fish. Actually, we had several species there. We had some bass that were hugging the bottom on the bar that came out off the point, and then we had white bass that were higher up in the column. Boy, it is. This has changed. This has just changed since yesterday.
Yeah, this is some more stain than...
Eric, we got fish right here on the bottom, buddy. I mean, they're right here below us. One thing I like about this HDS 12, this HDI transducer on the front, I've got structure scan down here. I love that. Down here. They are right on the bottom. Something's got them down on the bottom, so
Shaky head.
kind of drag through there.
Well, Randy's first catch, we thought it was a really good one because it went sideways and went the other way, and he kind of got it close to the boat, and then it kind of dove back down. But it was probably only about 12 ounces. That's about all it weighed.
I don't know what that is. Big shell.
That's a can. And as we got it closer to the boat, it had a little Coca-Cola sign on the side of it there, and it was full of stuff. And in Randy's defense, with the current going as hard as it is, it's hard to tell. When you're reeling in something like that, the current's pushing it. You don't know what it is sometimes.
You know what? Let's put that back there. We don't want to leave that in the lake. We'll do our ecological piece of that. Was it a beer can or a pop can? Who caught that? Did Eric catch that?
I don't think it was me.
Looked like it'd been there a while, I know that, but we put it in its proper place, and that was in the trash can. No catch and release on that one.
There, I got him. Oh, had him.
Get one on?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're right here, there's no doubt. The first catch we made today was a pretty nice white bass. I was working the steel shad off the bottom. If you remember, when we went across that bar, we looked at the touchscreen 12, and it had those fish about 8 to 10 feet up in the water column. And what I was doing, I was bringing the bait up, and I'd bring it up, and then I would bring it up, and then it hit between the second and third pull. In other words, I wasn't letting it drop. I'd bring it up, and then that's when it hit.
He's better than the one we caught before.
You're gonna love this.
It's a big old white. Feeling real, it doesn't matter what species. That's a good white right there.
No day on Kentucky Lake starts without a stop at Bassett Gas. Stock up on gear from St. Croix, Shimano, Strike King, Stren, Zoom, and much more. You can stock your boat, too, with the latest in electronics from Lowrance, Hummingbird, Minn Kota, and others. While you're there, be sure to stock your cooler for the day on the lake with soft drinks, snacks, and ice. And you can fill up with ethanol-free gas. Bassin Gas, located 3 miles east of Graftonville on Highway 68.
You know, Eric, if you had better insurance, we wouldn't have to fish out of my boat all the time and you wouldn't be sitting there high and dry on that dock.
Oh, yeah, well, who do you use?
Our Bargee Insurance Company in Benton, Kentucky. They offer auto, home, life, and health, and commercial insurance, all at competitive rates.
You know, I think I'm going to give them a call today.
Why don't you do that? I'm going to go fishing.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Don't be left high and dry. For all your insurance needs, contact Ray Bargee and Company.
Hey, Randy. Thanks for the tip.
King Creek Resort and Marina on beautiful Kentucky Lake.
Save some cash on our new Polaris from Polaris of Benton with the best deals possible on the #1 ATVs and side-by-sides in the industry. I'm Melissa with Polaris of Benton, and we would like the opportunity to earn your business right here in Benton, Kentucky. We have a huge inventory on hand, so whether you want to work hard or play hard, we are sure to have the Polaris for you, and we even install your accessories for free. Whether it's sales, service, parts, or accessories, we have what you need right here in Benton, Kentucky at Polaris of Benton. Come check us out.
RE/MAX Real Estate Associates is a full-service real estate brokerage serving the Kentucky Lake area and all of western Kentucky. We have 16 agents with over 200 years of combined real estate experience to help you find your Kentucky Lake dream home. We also offer commercial, farm, and property management real estate brokerage. So stop by and see us at 803 Main Street in Benton or give us a call at 270-527-8035.
Outstanding agents, outstanding results.
Why are some of these professional fishermen better than others? I mean, they all have the same boats, the same rods and reels, they even drive the same pickup trucks. Heck, they even look alike. The difference is electronics. And what I think really separates the really top-notch pros from the other ones is their ability to use their electronics. They spend a lot of time looking and learning how to use it. And that's what I try to do when we go out on a trip like this, is to use the electronics to put us in a position to where we can be successful.
Yeah, you got some attitude, man, I'm telling you. I'm using 7-foot rod here.
That's like fast coming up. But
I don't know. nothing but a little old largemouth, but hey.
I want to show the viewers, show that black lip right there. You see, and I have always read this, it's almost like a freckle. And I have read that you see this on healthy fisheries, whether it be Barkley, Gunnersville, you know, obviously Kentucky Lake here. But when you see those splotches like that, it tells you it's a pretty healthy fishery. And you've read about that and seen about that in a lot of places.
That's a good healthy fish right there. I'll tell you, for no bigger than he is, he put a pretty good fight.
Well, I'm not very smart, but I do know this. You caught 2 fish on the steel shed, and I think I may go back to the steel shed.
Now when Captain Steve Niemoller sees this, the steel shed, he's going to say, now I could have told you that.
Brothers and sisters, they don't want the toy until one of them wants the toy. That's how them fish are sometimes. So if you can get one fish to bite, it fires up all the fish, and they get no feeding frenzy. And that's kind of what we went through there. It always seems like when there's no land, there's some fish up there.
You got it? You're big.
That's a white. It's a little white. Don't look here. If I could tell the camera guys to turn the camera off, I would, but I know them too well, so I know this isn't coming on. See? Now why is it that you can catch the white bass, and then I catch a drum?
It's called boat position, my man.
Well, you know what Eric's problem is? He's not used to going with somebody that can catch fish. He has to go and catch all the fish. So he's learning that it's a 50-50 deal here.
That in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. He hit right above the water column up in the top of it. A little white bass. Yeah.
They're no fun at all, Jack.
I tell you what, man. That's one thing about Kentucky Lake. We have a lot of people come down here just to fish for the white bass. It is a fantastic fish to eat. It's an even better fish to catch.
Well, even if you have people who don't fish very often, just have the opportunity to go out. There's one out there.
That's not a real big one. That's a fun size, a good easy size. You know. Hey, I need some help.
Let your back brace with you to carry me a little bit today.
Hey, I fish with you enough. I know what you're doing. You'll come for me.
He's a great fisherman, no doubt about it. You know, he made a pretty good account of himself. If you remember, he caught 5 or 6 in a row while I was running that trolling motor.
You know, there you go. This goes to show you what a great fisher Kentucky Lake really is.
Took me on the side, yeah. And again, I was reeling it up.
Slashed at it.
Yeah, sure did. That's why we're not getting hooking a lot of times. But that sharp hook right there got him that time, right underneath the chin.
Very good. I tell you what, they get. I think they're in there fighting now.
You know, it's like in the fall, these white bass are always like this. Double here.
Yeah, man, I like that, don't you?
She's always been a home.
Thanks, sir.
When there's competition, that's when you get the doubles, the triples, and you know, sometimes even have 2 on the same bait. Well, initially we're using a steel shad. I know Randy talked about that, catching those white bass, but he'd been on those fish on a shaky head. And the reason is those largemouth are so lethargic. They come out of the spawn. They're not really chasing as much as maybe those white bass were. So we kind of moved this up, and we were using a shaky head. We're using a little PJ's, not a football head. It's almost like an egg, in between a football head and an egg-shaped head, to keep it down 3/16, get it on the bottom. And then the big factor to me was the Z-Man, just because it floats, it's elastic, you can pull it back and forth, and it floats way up. And that seemed to be the combination with the fluorocarbon leader and the 10-pound Power Pro really did the trick today.
There he is right there. I mean, he piled it now. He's not very big, but he got after it pretty good.
a real big fish. It's fun size though.
Eric has got one of them marks on his lip too.
Sure does. Look at that freckle. I think that's genetic. They're related.
Could be brother and sister. He hit that one so hard he knocked the slack in my line.
Bee Spring Lodge is located on beautiful Kentucky Lake. Built in 1954 as a fisherman's camp, there's every pleasure for the fishermen here. We have motel rooms, campgrounds, cottages, a dock, and a wonderful restaurant that serves breakfast and lunch from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. every day but Tuesday. Come visit. You can call us at 1-800-732-0088 and make your reservations today. Bee Spring Lodge, the friendliest resort on Kentucky Lake.
You know, Eric, if you had better insurance, we wouldn't have to fish out of my boat all the time and you wouldn't be sitting there high and dry on that dock.
Oh, yeah? Well, who do you use?
Our Bargee Insurance Company in Benton, Kentucky. They offer auto, home, life, and health, and commercial insurance all at competitive rates.
You know, I think I'm going to give them a call today.
Why don't you do that? I'm going to go fishing.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Don't be left high and dry. For all your insurance needs, contact Ray Bargee and Company.
Hey, Randy. Thanks for the tip.
No day on Kentucky Lake starts without a stop at Bassett Gas. Stock up on gear from St. Croix, Shimano, Strike King, Stren, Zoom, and much more. You can stock your boat, too, with the latest in electronics from Lowrance, Humminbird, Minn Kota, and others. While you're there, be sure to stock your cooler for the day on the lake with soft drinks, snacks, and ice. And you can fill up with ethanol-free gas. Bassett Gas, located 3 miles east of Draftonville on Highway 68. King Creek Resort and Marina on beautiful Kentucky Lake.
I'd like to say he's bigger, but I can't.
He's bigger fish than that down there.
Is there any better tool, and I say tool, to catch fish, to catch largemouth, smallmouth, spotted bass than a shaky reel?
I don't think so. I know that a lot of fellows that are co-anglers on the pro tours have made a living dragging their shaky head behind their pro partner.
Well, that's really how it got started, wasn't it?
I think so.
And then
I wasn't going to say that. Get him? There you go.
That's a little better fish there.
Good. Keep that rod tip up there. We'll have to coach him. I'll have to coach him in. Keep that rod tip up there, young man.
I'm going to keep the line tight. How's that?
That'll help you. Net on that now.
A little better. I thought he was a little better. Well, the reason why he looks better, look at his gut.
You know, stop and think about what we're doing. We're basically fishing the same location that we were catching the white bass on. And what we've done is we've used our Lowrance HTS 12 touchscreen to go in, identify where the largemouth are located, and basically fishing right over top of them. And that's how important electronics can be.
What size? We're using 3/16?
3/16, but you know, a lot of people would think that's too light for what we're doing, but really it's perfect because you really don't want anything
that's too heavy. That looks too unnatural.
Well,
that's one of the keys, believe it or not.
Well, the other thing to me is we're using what, 2-pound diameter, 10-pound?
Yeah, it's 10-pound Power Pro yellow, so we can see it. We keep out of each other's way, and then we've got a 10-pound fluorocarbon leader on it. That's a good one.
Well, the biggest reason why is the line drag. You can use a lighter weight to get down there if you use a lighter line. If I'm using 20-pound cord, you know, I'm going to have a 3/8, you know, or something. But something like this.
We have to stay on this road.
We had to cover a lot of water. The current, I can't begin to tell you how much current was there today, more than I've ever seen on this lake. And we had to idle up and work our way down to fish the area of the point, because you really couldn't fish a spot because it's too hard to hold the boat, and your line was coming right at you with the current.
One thing that I noticed today when I was looking on my structure scan, I could see some rather large bass really hugging the bottom. And what I've come to conclude is that a lot of these big females that have spawned already, they're making their way out to the ledges, but there's so much current out there right now, they're actually staging and stopping on these underwater points, and there's so much current there that they're just resting and feeding. I think they're basically, you know, weak from the rigors of spawning, and they just going to hang out for a little while till they get their strength back. And you know, if you remember the fish we caught, it was a beautiful fish, but if you looked at the tail, you know, it's a little bloody and little torn up. So I think she was basically resting there, getting ready to move on out.
Explain what you think that is.
Well, this is a female that's come out here and is staging out here on this drop out here. This fish has been up and spawn and is now working its way back out to the river channel. And my guess is that we got so much current out here that they pretty much stopped out here and rested and feeding before they go on out.
But see, that fin right there, in fact,
it's a little bloody.
In fact, that might be, you know, I was thinking that might be a little bit of eggs left over this knot.
No, she's done what she's supposed to do. We're going to go ahead and release her.
And the reason why she's fed already.
Yeah. Tell you what, there's no denying that one there.
I saw your rod there. I've learned a lot from Randy. Randy obviously caught the biggest fish of the day. Not only the 12-ounce can, but he did catch a really nice largemouth. And it's no surprise. I mean, the man knows what he's doing. He's an expert on this lake, and I feel fortunate just to be in the boat with him to learn. You know, we're all trying to learn every day. And you know, kudos to Randy. But you know what? There'll be another day. There'll be another day.
Well, that just feels good. You
see that?
Man, you hesitated pulling that trigger, didn't you?
Wait a minute. We have it on film that you told me to hesitate. Remember that.
You're not supposed to listen to anything I tell you.
All right. It is so hard with that braid. You just feel them and you just kind of get excited.
Well, you know, you're right. And you have to kind of condition yourself, prepare yourself for what's different. Like that right there.
We won't tell anybody.